A Hamilton man has been ordered by the city to take down the security cameras on the outside of his home, even though he says a lot of the videos have been used to help with police investigations.
And Miles says he has 10 security cameras outside his home on McNabb Street North, downtown Hamilton. And he says he needs them.
Because we had a lot of attempted break-and-enters into our home and other homes around us.
Miles has posted videos of break-ins online. He also says police have asked him for his videos over the years to help with investigations. We reached out to Hamilton Police and they say they can't confirm the use of Dan Miles' videos, but told CHCH News they often work with homeowners, businesses, and drivers to get footage. CHCH has used videos from Miles, like this one seen here, showing the moments before a fatal crash 2 years ago at Barton and McNabb.
These cameras are imperative to our neighborhood watch. They're imperative to the safety of our community.
But last week, Miles received an order to comply with the city's fortification bylaw, asking him to remove his cameras. The bylaw says homeowners are not permitted to view or listen beyond the perimeters of their own property.
How could this be? Everybody has Ring doorbell cameras pointed at the street and city property, and my neighbors have cameras pointed at my house, and we all...
The City of Hamilton has confirmed the order to remove the cameras to CHCH News, but said they cannot provide further comment because this is an active investigation. However, Anne Kavukian, the former Privacy Commissioner of Ontario, says people have the right to privacy on public property.
Privacy is extremely important. It forms the foundation of our freedom. So to go about filming everyone on the street without their knowledge and certainly not their consent, I find very, very unacceptable. Now, in your own personal area, your personal property, that's different. And that's why you can do it right at the door of your house, for example.
Party peoples of the interwebs, in a world filled with news that says, how much stupider can the government get? Canada says, hold my maple syrup, eh? Just will not believe the depths of the stupidity coming out of Canada, Hamilton, Ontario more specifically, in a country where crime is running rampant, criminals are running around with real guns and real bullets while the citizens are being disarmed, homes are being broken into left, right, and center. Now the city of Hamilton is saying, you can't have security cameras on your own property. And no, I'm not being hyperbolic, facetious, or exaggerating. From CHCH, City of Hamilton orders resident to take down 10 security cameras from his home. Now, before we get into the abject insanity of what is going on in Hamilton, I think we need to cover a little bit of the abject insanity going on in Canada.
This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply, as you've just heard, a number of safety recommendations.
Now have the police literally tell you, do not fight back, comply with home intruders, leave your fobs at the front door. What you literally have the police doing is empowering the criminal element while disempowering the civil element. Oh yeah, and everyone in Canada has already been disarmed, so they can't protect themselves with firearms. Well, after all of that, now they're literally telling you to take down the security cameras from your property because it might be a violation of the privacy of people on the streets or the criminals themselves. Now they're telling him to take down his security cameras, which have been used for his own protection and in the use of police investigations for the protection of the privacy of the public on public streets.
Hamilton bylaw saying their bylaw trumps the law?
Yes, that's what they're saying by using an old law called fortification, which was initially created for Hells Angels clubhouses and for gang clubhouses.
Yeah, and I would argue the bylaw wouldn't even be legal in that situation, but that's a moot point because this is not a motorcycle gang clubhouse, to the best of my knowledge.
No, not that I can possibly remember, no.
Okay. Why do you think Hamilton bylaw is still pursuing this? Is it a personal vendetta?
It could possibly be a personal vendetta, but I believe they're being pushed by someone who has sent a statement on it.
And I say that, folks, not as a matter of conjecture, because, Dan, you told me off camera, you once fed a squirrel a peanut, and what happened?
Bylaw gave me a $189 ticket for feeding the squirrel a peanut.
I didn't even know that was a bylaw.
Feeding the wildlife, they called it, and they gave me a ticket for $189 because I gave the squirrel a peanut in front of them.
I don't know where this is going to go. Evidently, the city's not talking. It's all under investigation, whatever that means. But I believe they offered a compromise. If you did some conditions, you're allowed to keep the cameras up. What were those conditions, Dan?
They went from you have to take them down immediately to now you have to provide written consent from the owner of the property stating that he's okay with you having the cameras, and he has to give reasons why the cameras are here. I also have to provide statements from nearby residents that are in camera shots saying they're okay with the camera pointing at their house. And the third condition is I have to collect all crime statistics for my neighborhood stating that there is criminal activity around and therefore justifying the cameras, even though there's 3 homicides on my cameras.
Unbelievable. I mean, as far as crime statistics are concerned, I would suggest that the Hamilton Bylaw just pick up the daily edition of the Hamilton Spectator, and you'll get the proof in the pudding there. Yeah. But Dan, this is all nonsense. Under the law, you do not need permission nor consent to record in a public place, which is where we are. So why are they so hell-bent on this agenda?
It could be because I'm also running for Ward 2 councillor.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, and that might have something to do with it too. But okay. I don't, the guy who's running Ward 2 right now has no involvement in this whatsoever. I do know that.
Okay.
So, but other people might not think the same way.